So I finished watching the other day the modern day debates. They had a debate with Mark Reed and Dr. Blitz versus Angels of Light, or Angel, and Nathan Thompson slash Enoch of TikTok. Let's just see how many times Nathan wants to run from the debate and how many times he cries, because he does it quite a bit. He runs some questions, tries to run from the debate, and he cries and moans about it all the time, as well as he berates the crap out of Angel. Let's count to see how many times he does this.
Navigation of Antarctica, and they're just ignoring it. They absolutely have.
As you can see already, Nathan's flying the white flag. He's already giving up. I think they're maybe an hour into the debate. And as soon as Mark Reed tries to push about explaining the circumnavigation of boats, including Captain Cook, around Antarctica, and basing it on we knew factual how long times were, but yeah, if you look at the flat Earth model compared to the globe model, works on a globe, doesn't work on a flat Earth, and instantly Nathan starts flying the white flag. He's already gave up. Look at that. Didn't take very long at all.
Zero answers. And I just want to point that out again, that these guys are just dodging and dodging and dodging. So now that we found out what they can't explain, let's also...
Oh, and Nathan's flying the white flag again. So that's 2 times Nathan Thompson has given up on this debate because he can't answer these questions. That's 2. Nathan's already starting to moan and cry, and he's already given up twice and flown the white flag. Good job, Nathan.
Also get them to explain antipodal flight routes that go over Antarctica and over the northern hemisphere. How does that work on a flat Earth?
Another 40-minute timer. It does seem like we want to dig some more.
I thought we were going Q&A after an hour, bro.
Well, I was gonna say we can set another 20 minutes if you want to do another 20 of open convo.
I mean, I'm done, bro. These guys are reality denying anti-flat earthers, haven't shown a single proof of.
Well, are you running, Nathan?
Asking us an hour into the debate, Ryan, to explain a circumnavigation of Antarctica and flight routes, and now we're talking about Coriolis. You guys,
Nathan, you had that ahead.
There you heard it. Even Dr. Bliss has asked him, is he giving up? That's 3 times now. Nathan's given up on this debate and flown the white flag and wanted to run away. So, yeah, Nathan can't answer any of these questions. They're pressing him on stuff that he simply can't explain, but he's easily explaining the globe. He showed actually no proof in this whatsoever. All he showed was a bit of conjecture and fallacies that were easily debunked without even have to show anything, because what he showed was fallacious, as well as Angel. He showed that he doesn't understand how airplanes work and how they could hold a consistent altitude over a globe, which is easily proven, and he's been explained to him countless times by pilots and non-pilots alike. We all explain the exact same thing, but Angel refuses to accept it. And Nathan pretty much had nothing at all. But 3 times now, he's wanted to run away from this debate. That's 3, Nathan. Good job. Keep crying.
Ahead of the debate. So, I sent that to you ahead of the debate. You should have been prepared for it.
All right, just
you
before...
had that information. No.
Just hold on there, Mark. I'm just gonna put everybody on mute for just 2 seconds, because I do want to potentially unpack a little bit more. It's totally fine, I think, to unpack a little bit more. I don't want to just jump into the Q&A right away if you have the time to continue unpacking. I think that would be of use, and I don't think it doesn't seem to me that Angel's gotten answers to all of the questions that he might have wanted to ask as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. But either way, if you guys wanted to, like I say, take 10 minutes, we can wrap up what we have here, and then we'll jump into the Q&A. But I did want to give you a chance to, like I say, step away. You know, if you need to grab yourself a drink, you know, take a bathroom break, that's totally fine. I know that these things can take a while, so but I will say we're not going to rush through the Q&A for sure. We're going to try to give everybody a shot to answer. So Nathan's taking a break there.
And Nathan needs to go take a little break and go suck on the susu, have a little baba, maybe go and get cuddled by Aunt Grandma a little bit there and cry in a pillow, because he's being asked very hard questions that Nathan can't understand, and he's being made a fool of. So he's going to have a little cry because he wants to run away, but he doesn't want to. He can't, because the host won't let him run off to just answer questions, because Dr. Blitz and Mark are asking very hard questions, and Nathan doesn't like these hard questions. They're hard and confusing for him, and his flat little brain, he don't understand so good. Oh, poor baby, poor Nathan. Oh, poor Baba.
If either of you want to step out, that's totally fine. Mark and Angel, I guess, you want to hang out with me for 2 seconds? I'll just talk to the audience. That's totally cool. We'll wait for your speakers to get back. for 2 seconds. Nathan, I'm going to ask you to come off mute if you want to come back on the video. Like I say, we've got a lot of questions here from these two, but they seem to have hit an impasse. If you, Dr. Blitz, would like to add on while Nathan gets himself back on camera.
I'd just like to, get an explanation for the Coriolis effect, which is like measurable in the laboratory.
Over to you, Nathan.
Yep, ready for the Q&A, bro. Well past the 1 hour debate time. Didn't know this was going to be a 2 hour debate with a long Q&A. We have 1,400 people in the chat. There's lots of questions. I'd like to spend, I know the majority of the questions are going to be for Angel and myself.
Running.
To be fair, you were warned.
Yep, that's Nathan. What is that, 4, 5 times now? He's had a crab and moan about this thing. And, yep, as Blitz said, running from the Coriolis, running from circumpolar navigation. So, yeah, I'm going to say that's 5 times Nathan has now tried to run from this debate and tried to deflect and run away from this simple thing. This keeps getting asked again and again and again. Nathan keeps running away from it every single time. Good job, Nathan. That's 5 times you moaned and crabbed in this one debate. Why? Because you can't answer anything. You can't defend your globe cult ideologies. All fallacious, and you know it.
We were warned by James that we were going to have a lot of questions. This could be drug out. So
yeah, no, I'm happy to answer questions.
And by me multiple times. So let's go into Q&A. I'm not opposed to going into Q&A.
We're not getting an answer. That's
but
fine.
It is going to take. Nathan's not wrong. This is going to take a little bit of time, and I don't want to rush through it. I'll cue you. I'll cue you to come off mute. You just decide when you'd like to come off mute. Go ahead there, Dr. Blitz.
To be clear, nobody's going to answer. None of the flat earthers are going to be able to explain the Coriolis effect.
Okay. We're not going to do meta before we get to the Q&A.
That's fine. We're just not addressing it. That's fine, I guess.
No, it's fine.
That's fine.
Yep, and Blitz is pretty much right there. They ran from Coriolis the whole time. Not once did Dr. Blitz or Mark Reed deny the Coriolis. In fact, they were perfectly explaining it. But Angel and Nathan kept running from it and trying to deny that it actually exists and trying to claim there's electrostatics from the sun, or it was, I think that's what Nathan actually said, was something about electrostatics from the sun, which actually doesn't work at all. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And they couldn't even give any kind of mechanics how that would work. Why? Because it's bullcrap. That's why. So, yeah, they ran from that, and eventually Ryan decided to kind of push past that because he knew they weren't going to answer those questions.
You denied Coriolis. You denied Coriolis.
I literally don't.
Do I need to put you guys? All right. If I'm going to ask questions, I don't want to put you guys on mute before I ask questions. I get it. You guys are torn.
The sun, that changes month to month, and so that's why you're not going to get a solar eclipse every month.
And even the moon does an NLM as well.
Angel, please, bro, I'm begging you. Can we end the debate?
Nathan, just leave.
That's 6 times now. I gotta hold my phone, so 6 times now that Nathan's trying to run from this debate, and now he's begging Angel to run with him because he knows if they run together, then he doesn't look as bad. If he runs by himself, he's going to look even more like a little crybaby than he already is. So now he's going to start berating Angel. Good job, Nathan. Let's berate your teammate. 6 times now he's trying to run from this debate. Wow, you're getting absolutely glow probed, aren't you there? Oh, poor baby.
If you don't want to be here, just leave.
I was talking.
All right, yeah, if you do want to do a 1 minute closing and back out, that's totally fine, Nathan, like I said. But we do have lots of questions, so like this is
we got Blitz answering the flat earth questions, bro.
Well, we just had it back and forth.
That was a question for me.
Yeah,
that was a question for him.
They asked why we don't have a solar eclipse every month. That's a flat earth.
No, they asked why we don't have a solar eclipse each month if both the sun and the moon are rotating around, the sky or whatever. Like that's
so the sun and moon rotates around the.
All right. Yeah. All right. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. All right. We got lots of questions.
From the perspective of a flat earther, you don't understand English, do you?
All right. Either way.
Chat can Google what you guys think.
Questions
are going to be for flat earthers.
Let's just say I want to give you a 1 minute closing.
So we're not allowed questions now. That's great, Nathan.
Hold on.
Yeah, good one.
I do want to say if you do want to say a 1 minute closing, I want to give you that opportunity. But if this keeps up, then I'll excuse you myself. Like I don't want to keep this up. If Angel wants to actually answer these questions, engage back and forth, and you want to just say let's get out of here, I will give you your 1 minute. I'm trying to be fair to you. But if you just want to sit there and say I want to leave, I'm giving you the opportunity.
I haven't.
Now, because of all of Nathan's crying, he's starting to get on Ryan's nerves a little bit, the moderator and host of this debate. So it's actually getting that bad now that he's starting to really get on the nerves of Ryan, who's actually a really level-headed and cool guy who's actually pretty soft, to be honest, on a lot of these debates, and lets you get with a lot of stuff. But you watch here, just come up here, you'll see he actually gets Ryan to swear, and Ryan's, I don't think I've watched a lot of these debates. I've never seen him swear once. I've seen some people get pretty annoying, and he's usually maintains a pretty level head. But he's actually threatening now to kick Nathan off this if Nathan keeps moaning and crabbing, and because he starts jumping on Angel so much. So that shows just how much Nathan's actually doing this. It was pathetic, really. I mean, Nathan Thompson acting like a complete child. Pathetic.
I haven't said once I want to leave. You're just making shit up, host.
All right, then why are you trying to push us through the Q&A?
Because this is not.
Are you out of time?
The Q&A part.
Are you out of time?
I was just explaining to my partner that we're going to spend 4 hours in the Q&A if we go back and forth during the Q&A. Because look at the questions, bro. The super chats are still rolling in.
There are all sorts of super chats. That's right.
I want to leave. Let's go. Let's get to the questions, bro.
All right, let's ask the next question. Nathan Thompson, what is the cosine of 60 degrees?
Next question. Doesn't have anything to do with the shape of the earth, please.
And that's 7 times Nathan has ran from a simple question. He only wants to have what he wants, and he refuses to answer anything else. So, because he probably doesn't even know. And nice for him. And Delta Blitz actually answers this question for him, and then later on in the debate, Nathan regurgitates it back. But Blitz already answered it for him. And then when Blitz asks him what's the sine of 60 degrees, Nathan runs from that too.
Please, thank you.
Can you try and answer? They did send in a super chat.
Fair
It's a
enough.
math question. We're not here to play pop
The
quiz,
answer is a
math.
half.
I will be fair. I don't usually take pop
The answer
quizzes.
is 1/2.
I don't take pop quizzes generally myself for math questions. But yeah, thanks. If we can answer the question, that's great. There you go, Jay, says Tiger. Bitter truth: planes fly straight. They actually follow a curved path that conforms to the Earth's curvature. Flat Earth. Mark. Flat Earth / Mark both answer. What? Well, we'll let everybody. So yeah, Bitter Truth wants to ask flat side planes fly straight, in quotations. They actually follow a curved path that conforms to the Earth's curvature.
Yeah. According to the pitch data, they fly a straight line. You're correct, and the plane does not gain altitude because it's just flying parallel to the Earth's surface. That's why it's called an airplane. Flies over a motionless plane. There's no adjustment for curvature needed.
That's not why it's called an airplane. It's called an airplane
what's it
because
called?
of the airfoils. It's because of the shape of the wings.
Oh, okay.
Because the wings are planes. You know, that's how it gets its lift. And you just said parallel.
It's
to
called
the
plane
Earth.
flying.
It's called plane flying.
Correct.
What are you talking? I don't even know what you're talking about. So the perpendicular to the Earth is basically following the curvature, because at any point perpendicular to the Earth is perpendicular to the center of mass, or where gravity is pulling towards. So all it has to do is keep that pitch level, and that will always conform to the curve, because as you go around the curve, that perpendicular will still point to the center of the Earth. A pilot even showed them this with a model plane, and they still didn't understand it, bafflingly. And plus, the altimeter won't change. As you could see, the stand on the plane was exactly the
5
same
seconds.
height. Altimeter doesn't change.
All right.
That's fine.
Let's let
Thank
them
you.
close this one out. So Nathan Angel, let's close this one out and move on.
So on a flat Earth, it's exactly the same thing. That's why they treat the Earth as flat and stationary. It's the same thing on a flat Earth.
I mean, right there he says it's same as flat Earth, so it's actually not proof of flat Earth. He's saying it could work on both models. The only thing is, if you watch the pitch data of planes, they fly slightly nose up, and how they control for altitude and can maintain altitude is by using the throttle. Throttle up, they go up, higher up, gain altitude, throttle down, they lose altitude. And one way of showing this is planes landing. Planes land nose up, but yet they lose altitude, and it's simply because they're throttling down, and you can hear them throttling down as they come down until they touch. And you can do this even with a model aircraft. You know, it's called, I think it's like Harrier hover or something like that, something to do with Harriers. But you can fly model aircraft like a plane, nose up, and you can fly all around, keep it up, and then you can just land, or you can increase throttle, and you'll gain altitude. The flight level flight is to maintain a consistent altitude above Earth's surface, which is completely relevant and works perfectly on the globe. All you have to do is maintain consistent altitude above the ground. And how they measure that is by air density. Consistent air density, and they can always know at certain altitudes, and you maintain level flight. This doesn't prove flat Earth whatsoever, because it works perfectly fine on the globe. Angels doesn't understand that, because he's not quite smart enough.
All right, Shano says Ruth is asking a question to Nathan. Nathan, what is electromagnetic energy? Where does it form? By what? And by what? Explain in detail. Electromagnetic energy.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to get to the shape of the Earth questions. Angel, do you want to take the electromagnetic question? Because that's not like my area of expertise. I'm a globe debunker.
So now that's 8 times. 8 times Nathan has ran from a question, even ones from people who sent in money for super chats. He says he's a professional globe debunker. He's a professional globe denier. He's never proven the flat Earth. He's never actually disproven the globe. All he's done is to deny reality. He's a professional nuh-uh. That's all he is. That's all you are, Nathan. You're a professional nuh-uh. And that's about as far as it goes. And why? Well, because you can't even hold down a job. I mean, you live in your grandma's basement, for crying out loud. Good job. How old are you again? Like 30? 30s? Sad boy.
So I'm here to talk about courage, your religion. So.
Yeah, I mean, the sun gives off electromagnetic energy, and we can see that. So, I don't know.
What?
Explain all of electromagnetic energy. Like
what is your area of expertise, Nathan?
Debunking the globe religion. I've done it for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's just sad.
All right. Calabrese says, let's see. Kavanaugh Amix says, flat earthers fear southern hemisphere flights. What's that all about?
No, we don't.
Yeah, we're terrified. Next question. I'm so scared I don't want to answer the question. Next question.
For any of our...
And that I have counted now. That's 9 times Nathan's ran from a question and tried to run from this. Yep. Nathan's getting absolutely destroyed. You know, he actually has claimed that he's won this debate. How has he won this debate when he's ran from every single question that's been answered by either the other 2 panelists, by Dr. Blitz, or by the other fellow there? He's ran from them, and he's ran from 90% of the ones that he doesn't like has asked by the super chats. All he's done this whole debate is run from questions and tried to run from the debate. How does Nathan think he's won this? That's confusing. It's sad, really. But yep, ran from that one there. That's 9 times he's ran or cried.
Big Daddy Globe says, Nathan, will there be a 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
No. When they modeled the sun in Abu Dhabi, they spent millions of dollars doing it, and the billionaires built it. They modeled the sun arcing away from the observer in the south and arcing around the observer in the north. That's why it's called the Arctic and the Antarctic, or the antithesis of what you see in the north. And they do celestial navigation in arc degrees, arc seconds, and arc minutes. So it arcs around the observer in the north. You actually have a 24-hour day up there. There's 11 locations. If you Google it, where do we see a 24-hour sun? And that's why they're still trying to wave their white flag, because they can't prove curvature and talk about this.
Who was waving the white flag in this debate? Oh yeah, it was you, Nathan. You're the one who was waving the white flag way at the beginning. You're trying to give up then. As for Antarctica, you're wrong. Antarctica, Arctic means, if you look at the cosmology behind it, it means near the bear, or land of the bears, and Antarctica means land without bears. And they're referring to Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, who are also known as the bear constellations. And so Arctic is land where you can see the bears, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. Antarctica is land you can't see the bears, because you can't see Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, because the Earth's a globe and the planet's in the way. So perhaps you can do your research. Yeah. Oh, so sad. You're a sad man. As Nathan saying that there's never improved the Earth's curvature. Well, he's been in Baron Rutledge's lives, who's shown live observations with a theodolite showing curvature. He's been Mike Snow's lives, who've done live observations with theodolite, as well as many other observations that he's been shown that all show curvature of the Earth. He just nods and runs them all. So Nathan knows there's curvature. He just refuses to accept it.
The sky and going to Antarctica next month is because they don't have any proof of curvature. It's been debunked. The globe's a cartoon. They're hanging on by a string.
So Nathan, when it happens, are you going to change your mind when they view 24-hour sun in Antarctica in a month?
It's literally the exact question I just answered.
Yeah, I know. You said
These
no.
Guys,
so when
clean your ears out, Blitz.
All right, let's let Dr. Blitz respond there, Nathan. Let's let him answer what you just said.
Nathan, you said that it doesn't happen, and so when it does happen, will you change your mind?
No, because you can look at time lapses from Antarctica they already have there, and they cut the footage like 12 to 10 hours every day, even in the
They're
summer.
not going to cut it this time. You're going to be hearing it from flat earthers when they observe it going in a circle.
We should have seen it already, and they already faked it twice anyway. So why should we believe anything that comes from there?
So you're saying that the flat earthers that are going to fake the footage so they can continue the globe conspiracy or whatever?
No, that's not what I was. No,
well, what are you saying then? So if the flat earthers come back and say, look, we've got footage and this is a 24-hour sun, yes, that there is a sun there, how will you respond to that?
There's no curvature. I debunked it for 10 years.
Yeah, it's not going to
answer the question, Nathan.
Not talking to you, Nathan. I'm talking to Angel.
It's not going to change the shape of the floor. I've gone out in reality and proven that there's no curve.
Okay.
It's not going to change shape.
So you're just going to say, hey, that happens on a flat Earth? Is that your contention?
Okay. Yeah.
24-hour sun.
I think you got your answer to that question. We are going to ask the questions from the live chat, so I'm not going to let you ask too many questions there.
So in other words, even though Nathan just said that 24-hour sun doesn't exist in Antarctica, they fully admitted that when they do see video from Austin Whitsitt and Jaron Campanello, plus the other two flat earthers, there's a girl and another fella, when they do see all the footage and all the experiments in the show prove the evidence towards the globe, they're going to not and say, oh, that happens on flat Earth, but actually can't prove it. And Nathan's admitted it doesn't happen, but then he's going to flip and say it does happen, and they're still going to not all the evidence. This just shows how disingenuous flat Earth really is, especially Nathan Thompson and Angels.
Anyway, go.
I already said we explained it with atmosphere. Are you deaf?
Just a little context, they're talking about the fact of watching the sun set, and you can see it change a slight bit, especially in Angel's video. I think Nathan he showed where it was no solar filter, and it went down to where he just turned the aperture down on his camera. Funny fact though is that Angels, when he shows it the spirit goes a bit smaller. For one, there's cloud cover, so it's actually being obscured by the clouds a bit, and two, people looked into this and found that Angels is actually, as you went down to the sunset, because it's over time lapse, he turned the aperture down on his camera to make it look like the sun got smaller. When you actually do this, is making it so the sun is looking dimmer by turning the aperture down on his camera, on the exposure down with his filter. So it was disingenuous there, but you can look at it and see that one, obscured by clouds, and two, he's turning the aperture down on his camera to make it look like the sun is going dimmer. The funny thing is though, when it goes down by maybe a tiny bit, he's saying 23%, then he claims 40%, then 60%, but and he goes back to 23. But even then, if it was a flat Earth, the sun will go from full size and it'll go smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller every tiny bit until it goes out, because that's how they claim it does. So even if it does only go down by 20%, it still disproves the flat Earth. But they try to pretend it doesn't, but it really does.
Deaf? Is there something wrong with your hearing?
Oh, I
So
meant,
40%
okay?
change.
I meant to
40
Angel, if you want to
That was not 40% now. First it's 20, then it's
40.
30, now it's 40. Do we hear
Here we go.
60? Going what? Going to, do we hear 60, ladies and gentlemen? Is there a
23.
60 out there?
23%
23
change.
now. Oh,
So-
it's back to 23. Okay.
So
this
just
is
to be
hilarious.
clear, under the flat Earth worldview, it should decrease in size to 0 if it's actually fading away
Yes,
due to perspective.
correct.
All right,
How do you know that?
we're a little more than halfway.
Angel,
Trigonometry.
please, can you stop asking them questions, bro? Please, I'm begging you.
Hold on. Like, once again,
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 10 times. 10 times Nathan Thompson has cried and moaned in this and tried to run away in this debate. And he's actually jumping on Angels once again, trying to encourage Angels not to have engagement in conversation or any kind of questioning because he wants to run away from this debate. So that's 10 times now that Nathan Thompson has now cried or tried to run away from this debate. 10 times. The poor baby just can't stop crying. I mean, Nathan, do you want a puppy? Do you want a susu? Do you want a little susu? Aw, poor baby Nathan. Aw, sure your grandma will hold you and cuddle you and change your nappy for you if you want.
once again, Nathan, if you need
Oh,
to
I
go,
love
are
it.
you in a hurry? Are you in a hurry?
No,
Ask
we have
more
questions from the
questions,
audience.
We do have
Did you
questions
just
from the
ask them
audience, and the questions-
I was responding to Ryan.
No, you are responding to me.
And it's about this moment that you realize that Nathan is really, really, really getting on Ryan's nerves. And Ryan starts losing his temper. Let's watch and see.
Me, and I just put you on mute. If they want to ask questions to each other, that's totally fine. That's the point of the Q&A, is to try to spur on more discussion. That's awesome. I've given you the permission to take yourselves off mute. It's been really interesting. It's been fun. I want to be able to unpack with the audience, but like I said, you're berating your partner now, and that's not like gonna work
I didn't
out.
berate him. I asked him to please stop asking the donuts questions because we already did that during the debate where we cooked them.
All right.
Oh, we're donuts
Right,
now.
next
are we?
question.
Next
Can
question.
we stop the insults?
Let's go to the next question there.
Next question.
Icy spin.
And now Nathan realizes he's losing that bad. He's actually resorted to insulting the other side with no reason whatsoever. So that just shows just how insecure he really is about his battle and just how scared he is really of the fact of the facts and logic that's been thrown in his way. He's been scared this entire time and he's been waving that white flag the entire debate. Good job, Nathan. Just give up. You're done. You're cooked. Thanks for playing. It's the globe.
Think that the person on screen is being very compelling or that they're behaving poorly. It's going to play out in the eye of the public sphere. Like I said, I don't want to police you guys directly on what you're saying. I just want to make sure that we're like staying on point and just following some of the timelines here. But yeah, I do want to allow for some back and forth as well, Nathan. So Nathan, if you're in a hurry, like I said, we go for hours sometimes for these debates, but if you want to wrap things up more quickly, I'll give you a minute as soon as you're ready for it. Just let me know, all right?
It's been 2.5 hours. How many more questions we got?
We're only halfway, so if you need to jet out.
So let's get going, bro.
No, not necessarily. Let's just
All right,
get
Angel,
going.
then do me a favor, Angel, please. Thank you.
I'm not sure what you mean by Angel. Thank you. Like I'm.
No, just next question. You can, just get on with the question.
Okay, let's carry on. I just don't understand what this is all about. MM84 Angel.
And Nathan finally continued his temper tantrum and just kept going and his whole, because he's got no patience and he's not very smart, so he's just trying to hurry up and get to things because he's obviously acting like a child. For a man who's probably in his 30s, he acts like a little baby. Grow up, man. Grow up here.
I just don't understand what this is all about. MM84 Angel, will you give up the flat Earth nonsense when you see the 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
No.
That's very interesting, late. Can't give up that grift, can you? I mean, you gotta try to keep indoctrinating those everybody you can and pulling them into your little cult. But good job. At least you admitted you're not going to give it up. You're going to see something that debunks the flat Earth, and you're going to still keep grifting away. Can't I give the grift? Gotta lie the flerf.
All right, let's ask the next one where that was direct Megan Marie, Nathan, yeah, we already read that one, sorry. Natty Mo says, Flatties, will MC Toon's compass work in Antarctica?
Don't know. We'll see what happens. Next question.
And that's now 11 times that he's ran from a question, cried, or he's tried to run from the entire debate. It's 11 times. He can't even answer a simple question because, well, he's disingenuous and he's a shill.
And why not make a prediction? And then you could use that prediction to verify your model. If your model's true and it makes a good prediction, then it'd be verification. If your model's false and the prediction prediction doesn't come true, then it would be evidence against your model. Why not just do science?
I guess the question is, should it work under your model? Is the question.
I can't make a prediction. I left my crystal ball at my beach house. So next question.
Well, you say you've got
That's
a
just
model and you're
science. That's
claiming
just how we
the
do
size
science.
of the shape of the Earth, then you
Science
should be able
starts
to
with
tell us
observation.
whether something should work in the South Pole or not.
I'll take the closing argument since the question was for me. Science.
Oh, so now Nathan says he wants to run from this and take his final statement and run away. So that's 12 times. Wow. Run away and crying the whole entire debate. Man, it's like a little track star here, isn't he?
Science starts with observation. It's called the scientific method, donuts. So it's not just conjuring up what you think will happen somewhere you've never been and then wondering what strangers are going to report about it. What a waste of time, bro.
So-
So hold on. So was that your closing argument? Are
Yes.
we going to be letting you go, Nathan,
right.
so that we can continue through the Q&A without you saying next question every couple of minutes? Look, I almost slipped there, guys. I almost let out my true self there. I almost just said it. I almost just said some bad language because, god damn it, we're trying to ask the questions.
Get triggered, not you.
So now Nathan is acting like such a child and has been so immature and in such a massive pain that Ryan's ready to drop him in a second. I think he's hoping that Nathan would say yes, so that way he could just kick him out and continue on and actually have a civil adult debate and discussion instead of all these antics that Nathan Thompson likes to play. And this isn't the first time. This is what he does. He gets on here and he acts like an absolute little child and thinks he's all funny and thinks he's proven anything. All he's proven is that he has no maturity and he's just some shill who's just indoctrinates simple-minded people and plays games because he actually has no facts and doesn't actually know what scientific method is. He even showed it there that you think observation comes first, but actually a hypothesis comes first, and then you can make observations or do tests or do experiments to either prove or disprove your hypothesis. So the idea is, scientific method, the first thing is to have a hypothesis. What do you think might happen or not happen? Hypothesis, and then how can you test it or observe it to say the falsify or to validate your hypothesis. And this is called the basis of the scientific method. But flarearthers don't understand this because it contradicts all of their mythology and all of their indoctrinated ideologies.
You, Ryan.
No, I'm saying you're driving me
Because
half
you're a
crazy
global,
here.
Ryan.
You're driving me
Because
half
you're a
crazy
global
trying to
leader.
rush through the questions. Like I said, I love asking the questions. It's for the audience. That's why we have these debates. You're trying to rush through the questions. It's not kind to our audience. So if you want
he
to
just said he
go,
was done.
you can go. If you're
That's what I
done,
thought. Next question, dude.
Are you-
He said he was done.
no, are you done
said he
as
was
in you're
done.
going to go, or are you done
No.
as a next question?
What, bro? I'm here for the questions. The whole reason I do the show. Let's get going,
Holy, okay, all right. Then stop rushing the questions. Like, ask me again, and I'm gonna boot your ass out. That's how it's gonna go. I'm fucking sick of it.
I heard the
Natty
Canadian
Mo.
there.
All right. Yeah, I swear. All right. Natty Mo.
Yeah, so that's it. Nathan tried to run and ran away from the questions, tried to run from the debate, and cried at least about 12, 13 times in this entire thing. To the point where the host threatened to boot him out. And I don't think I've ever seen that in modern day debates. They're usually pretty neutral and they don't want to do that. They might mute, but they don't tend to. I've never seen Ryan even come close to swearing, let alone actually dropping an F-bomb. So that this shows just how frustrating he really was being. And they said, you could tell that Nathan, he just wanted to run the whole thing. He's used to on TikTok. He goes into TikTok lives of flat earthers, and they give him mod powers, and then he takes over their entire live and runs it the way he wants to run it, which is kind of talks to everybody, mutes people, and then kicks them when they show any kind of evidence against them. He's done it to me several times. In fact, he's just said if I go into a live one more time, he sees me, and then he's going to kick me, he's going to block me. And not even his own lives, somebody else's live, because they give him powers, and all the flat earthers bow to him because they think he's some sort of Papa Flerf. So, yep. I think it was at that point that Nathan kind of realized that he was pushing it way too far. Kind of calmed down a little bit. He was still doing the whole finger thing there and being an absolute bell end. But I think Ryan was able to kind of simmer down. They didn't have him where the whole stream locked, so I think Ryan was able to have a bit of a breather as well and get himself centered again and back to and get things on. But yeah, this was absolute dumpster fire, and Nathan and Angel got absolutely roasted the whole entire time. It was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing. They had nothing except for conjectures, which got answered several times, and then they nod every single answer, and then ran, as you see, from several different questions, and ran from anything that was presented by Mark or by Dr. Blitz, because they can't answer any of it. Anything that even that the audience asked in super chats, they ran from how many questions there, because they had no answers. They couldn't prove anything. And most of the questions from the audience were for the flat earthers, because they knew that the flat earthers couldn't answer them. You know, what are you going to ask a PhD physicist different questions that you know he's going to answer to, or you're going to ask Mark, who's going to have questions to, you know, everything he does. He's a guy who works in communications and stuff like that. And why would ask them? Because they knew they'd have the answers. They wanted to hear what the flat earthers had to say and watch them run. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe or follow me for more videos. Click the like, click the heart, and comment, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and see you again. Ah, yes. The good stuff. Always sweeten my coffee with the tears of flerfs.